Hello, my fellow Americans! 'Tis I, the rumpled one. It's Tuesday, September 11th, the year 2012. I guess it's a somber day as we remember 9/11 2001. Guess we should take a moment to think about it. Now, it's unfortunate that things like that happen, but that's the way the world is. Not everybody has the same value system. Not everybody has the same beliefs. And as mentioned many times before, when one person or group tries to impose their will and belief on another person or group, that's when the trouble begins. Root cause of probably 98% of all social issues. Anyway, yesterday I think I posted a video talking about it's your fault because you don't show up to government meetings. So I gotta walk the talk. I went to 2 government meetings last night. First, I went to the city council meeting. I just wanted to see who's running Mayberry. And it's pretty much the same old names, same old sourpuss faces. The good old boys, even though some of them have 2 X chromosomes. I guess the good old girls, good old gals, good old women. But it's pretty much the same. But I must admit, it probably was it was pretty well attended by most standards. The only thing is most of the people that went there didn't go there just to view the meeting. They basically had a personal beef, something they wanted for themselves, which is understandable because that's where you go. But pretty much when they get done with their business, they leave. Well, remember I told you when I went to that other meeting, the hospital district, there was a lady who was asking the hospital board to write a letter of recommendation. Well, she showed up to the city council meeting to do the same thing. So since I already heard her speech once, I headed over to the school board meeting. It was at the school board cafeteria. Couldn't remember exactly where that was, so I found it finally. It's where I thought it was. And I walked in. They all looked up. There's only 2 people in attendance. And I think one of those was a reporter. So I sat down front and center, listened to the meeting. And then, about a half hour later, that lady who was asking the city council for a letter of approval showed up to ask the school board for the same letter. She looked at me and she said hi again. I said, yeah, looks like you're following me around. So I had to listen to her speech again. But the school board unanimously approved supporting her with a letter. I was impressed. There were still a couple old sourpuss faces on the school board, but there were some fresh faces, some young faces. I have to admit, I was impressed that maybe might be some progress made. And what's interesting is the school board does things a little differently. The last item on the agenda is for public input. At the other meetings, it's always the first one, so people can come in, say what they have to say, and get. But with the school board, you get the privilege of sitting through the entire meeting in case you want to bring up something. So when it was time for public input, the chairman looked me right in the eye and said, was there something you wanted to say or ask? And I was like, no, I was just there to observe. But I found that very refreshing, considering how I've been treated in the past at school board meetings. I mean, mind you, I don't have any children, so I have nobody attending. And a lot of people wonder why I'm there in the first place. I go, well, you see, when I get that statement from the county assessor and tax collector, it says I pay money to the school board, school district. So since I paid to the district, I'm concerned how they're spending my money. So I show up. But it's, my fellow Americans, it's really in your hands. It's up to you. If you don't like how your local taxing districts are doing things, then show up. And also, come November, when it's time to elect people, if you don't like how local governments run, don't vote for any of them. Vote for the new people. Throw the old ones out. When it comes to the state, if you don't like how your state's run, get rid of your state elected officials, your state congressmen and your state senators. And if you don't like the way this country, the United States of America, is being run, then don't vote for your, congressman and your U.S. senator. Vote for the other guy or the other lady, other woman. But just don't re-elect people if you don't like how things are being run. It's that simple. Remember, if you had a business and you had somebody running your business and they're running into the ground, they're piling up debt, there's no revenue coming in, they're losing customers, would you rehire them people when their contract was up? I don't think so. Guess what? The deer came back. Look at this. See that? And there's the baby right behind. And now baby ran one way, here's mama. There's mama. And they took off. And they're trying to get to my raised beds. Well, anyway, my fellow Americans, got interrupted there by a deer sighting. But as I was saying, if you don't like the way things are being run, then show up and don't re-elect anybody. Don't vote for them. Tell your friends, hey, you see somebody, say, hey, do you like the way things are being run? If the answer's no, then don't vote for them. It's that simple. Send them a strong message. And by the way, I got a piece of foam taped over the microphone here, so we'll see if it cut down on the wind noise. Anyway, my fellow Americans, it's time. Time to wake up and smell the tyranny.